The Holy Gospel according to Luke, the 6th chapter. Jesus said, "But I say to you that listen, love your enemies. Do good to those who hate you. Bless those who curse you. Pray for those who abuse you. If anyone strikes you on the cheek, offer the other also. And for anyone who takes away your coat, do not withhold even your shirt. Give to everyone who begs from you. And if anyone takes away your goods, do not ask for them again." Here's the golden rule. Do to others as you would have them do to you. If you love those who love you, what credit is that to you? For even sinners love those who love them. If you do good to those who do good to you, what credit is that to you? For even sinners do the same. If you lend to those from whom you hope to receive, what credit is that to you? Even sinners lend to sinners to receive as much again. But love your enemies, do good, and lend, expecting nothing in return. Your reward will be great, and you will be the children of the Most High, for he is kind to the ungrateful and the wicked. Be merciful just as your Father is merciful. Do not judge, and you will not be judged. Do not condemn, and you will not be condemned. Forgive, and you will be forgiven. Give, and it will be given to you. A good measure, pressed down, shaken together, running over, will be put into your lap. For the measure you give will be the measure you get back. That is the Holy Gospel according to Luke, the 6th chapter. I'd also like to share with you our first reading today, Genesis 45. Joseph said to his brothers, "I am Joseph. Is my father still alive?" But his brothers could not answer him, so dismayed were they at his presence. And Joseph said to his brothers, "Come closer to me." And they came closer. He said, "I am your brother, Joseph, whom you sold into Egypt. And now, do not be distressed or angry with yourselves because you sold me here, for God sent me before you to preserve life. For the famine has been in the land for these 2 years, and there are 5 more years in which there will be neither plowing nor harvest. God sent me before you to preserve you for a remnant on earth and to keep alive for you many survivors. So it was not you who sent me here, but God. He has made me a father to Pharaoh, and Lord of all his house, and ruler over all the land of Egypt. Hurry and go up to my father and say to him, 'Thus says your son Joseph, God has made me Lord of all Egypt. Come down to me, do not delay. You shall settle in the land of Goshen, and you shall be near me, you and your children and your children's children, as well as your flocks, your herds, and all that you have. I will provide for you there, since there are 5 more years of famine to come, so that you and your household and all that you have will not come to poverty.' And he kissed all his brothers and wept upon them. And after that, his brothers talked with him. I am Joseph." His brothers were speechless. I imagine there was the initial shock that came over these Jacob's brothers. They were in the palace of one of the most powerful rulers in the world, in the midst of a famine. They were vulnerable. Their lives were at stake. They were pleading with Pharaoh's right-hand man. A strange room in a strange palace in a strange land. where a different tongue was spoken to a strange man. The immediate backstory here is that this powerful ruler had been playing games with them to get them to bring their youngest brother, Benjamin, to Egypt. There's been a lot of back and forth and negotiating. Joseph knows exactly what it takes to pull at the threads of his family's heart. The longer backstory here is Joseph's brothers sold him into slavery years ago. They abandoned him. If it were not for Reuben, his brother Reuben, they would have killed him on the spot because of jealousy. There are plenty of threads in this amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat story. There are a lot of threads in these family dynamics. Read that backstory. It's about 4 or 5 chapters long. It tells quite a story. In essence, it's the story of Israel. I am Joseph. Yes, you were caught off guard and really didn't know who I was. I know that's a total shock to you. But more importantly, you don't know the full extent of the harm that you have done to me. I'm a human being, a creation of God, just like you. God created me. God sculpted me, nurtured me in all seasons of my life, feast or famine. God knows who I am. I am Joseph. God has taken care of me. God will take care of you. I will see to it that that happens. Truly, you have caused me great harm in my life, harm that you may or may not have realized that you caused. Or maybe you have. Maybe over the years, you've had nightmares about this. You're sorry for that. But today, I look at you, my brothers, and I see who you are. You are God's own. I am Joseph. One thing that God has taught me is to look the stranger in the eye and see them as God's own. Remember Saul on the road to Damascus. Saul, Saul, why do you persecute me? Was the question. Who are you? I am Jesus. Remember what Jesus said in the Gospels, if you do it to the least of these, you have done it to me. Today's gospel lesson is a continuation of Jesus' Sermon on the Plain in the Gospel of Luke. He's teaching those gathered to love friends and strangers alike. He goes a little further. As a matter of fact, and he emphasizes that it is actually harder to show love to a stranger. Those who love you, well, they already love you. Those who don't love you, you may risk being harmed by them. Or they may risk being harmed by you in this kind of exchange or new relationship. The one who is calling us to do this, Jesus, certainly risked it all by saying, I'm with them. He gave his life for all of us. I am Joseph. I am a testament to what God has done in my life and yours. I am a testament to what God is up to in this world. Imagine what a different world it would be if we lived out Jesus' teachings completely. This is a broken world that we live in. Just like the harm that was caused to Jacob's family, one relationship at a time. so too there was good done, one relationship at a time. This revelation of Joseph to his brothers, I am Joseph, really grabbed a hold of me this week. And I just haven't been able to shake it. This is our last week of the time after Epiphany. Next week will be the Transfiguration before we head into Lent. God being revealed as a large Epiphany theme, as you know. God is revealed to us in the words of Joseph today. How powerful it is to imagine that when we meet each new person, whether it is actually in learning their name or even in a brief encounter on the sidewalk when words aren't even exchanged, that we are meeting Joseph or Jesus. This new human being that has crossed our pathway seems to be a total stranger, but are they? Are they not created in the same image of God as we are? And those who we absolutely know and identify as our enemy, our arch enemies, are they not made of the same stuff that we're made of? On Ash Wednesday, we will be reminded that we are made of dust, and to dust we all will return. That person we have a disagreement with, maybe a one-time scuffle, maybe a lifetime of struggle. Do we fully know what they are fighting inside? Perhaps we are not the enemy. Perhaps the enemy they are fighting is internal, and we bear the brunt of that blame. Now turn that situation around. Maybe we create enemies because of our own internal struggles. Love your enemies. Give your neighbor a break. Give yourself a break. That neighbor is Jesus. That person you see in the mirror is Jesus. The next time we encounter that person, will we recognize him?